Right, morning, you lovely tubers. I got back safely from the wild bad weekend, and like anything, now it's Thursday, and it's Groundhog Day. So I think I'll take you for a ride with me. I've been out for a while. Lots of reviews coming out on these NCs. This is my first 21 onwards edition. I've had it since April, and it's an absolute fantastic bike. Couple of things which have probably been said before. The tyres are not fantastic from stock. I've got a new set of tyres ready for it, but you don't know that until you ride them, and that's for me. You may get someone else on the bike that loves the tyres, but I don't particularly find them brilliant, and certainly in the wet I don't find them fantastic either. It's simplicity to ride. You know, a learner could ride this and they'd be quite safe on it. In fact, it'd be great for someone who's just passed the test and wanted a big bike. You know, I think this would be fantastic. And they can make them A2 compliant, I believe, by a bit of adjustment. And I was looking, you can actually tune them quite a lot. So you could put a new mapping on them, so you can make them a little bit quicker than they are, to be quite honest with you. The handling on them is absolutely fantastic. They were a very comfortable bike. I went, as I say, to that Richie weekend rally, which was really good. Really enjoyed it, and we was in the seat a good 6 hours all in all, and I was great on it. You know, you hear a lot of people say, I've got a numb backside, I've got this and that and the other. You could just stand up, it's not really hard. Just dropping down a gear, and she gets up to motorway speeds in no time at all. It's just seamless. It's not a sports bike. This bike is not a knee down in the corners. You can go quick. You could quite happily sit at 90, 95 on this on the motorway if you really wanted to, and it would just chug along there with no problem at all. And well over 100 miles an hour if you really want to go. If you want to start thrashing your bike, you know, it's just not built for that. That's why it's a low revving bike. Brakes on it are absolutely brilliant for what they are. You know, like anything, you could say put another disc on the front. The braking would be a little bit sharper. And my personal view, it probably would benefit it. I think if Honda put another disc on the front of it, it would benefit this bike, to be quite honest with you. It's not bad on braking. It's what I would call spongy. The other side is mirrors. I don't like the mirrors. I think it's like now, even though you can see very clearly behind you, now if you look now, you can see right behind you. But if you get a car here on the inside, you can't see it when on the motorway. It's a proper blind spot. When on the motorway, if I can point out, I'll show you. The DCT gearbox is the one I'd go for. And it's like now, which you can see, I'm using my gears to go, look at me, there we go, I'm dropping it down. It's quicker than your foot pedal, not even touching my brakes, just on my gears. The bike, because it's in auto mode, will automatically, as you're moving, it's moving me back up the range. So what it does, it tells you what gear you should be in. It's very, very intuitive. It's very clever, the way it decides what gear this bike should be in. And that just works via the revs. As your revs get higher, it goes up higher the gears, and as it gets low, it comes down the gears. I find when you're in sports mode on it, it holds them gears a long time. You could be doing 70, 75 in fifth gear. It sticks in fifth gear at 70, 75. Balance wise, fantastic. And just to let you know, it's like the first time I've done it on the slow run on Richie Reader's weekend, 33 seconds. And you know, First time on grass, messing about on, I think it was 20 metres, something like that, 30 metres. So you've got real controllability over that throttle. It's like there now, I'm just on my thumb and my palm there, and you can see I can just, very responsive. I mean, I get it with people, it's not the bike for everyone, because we all want different things. It's definitely got its flaws. There's things about it that I wish were much better. The suspension I wish was much better. The suspension is quite hard. It does what it's meant to do. You know, like this now, on a road, this does it quite easily. But when you start hitting potholes quite hard, it's hard. It goes through your elbows. Them front forks are not much, there's not much giving them front forks, to be quite honest. But again, you could put traverse springs in there. You could improve it if you really wanted to. I think there's a guy all about NC. He's got one. He's got 100,000 kilometres on it now. And this is the thing with them. They'll just run. Change the oil, change the filter in them. Keep an eye on the fluids. Look after your tyres, and it'll be fine. And what a day to come out, eh? So we had a nice weekend on the Wild Bag. Right, onto motorways. Again, just. Now if you look now, that white van, you know, we're up to speed quite easily here now. Now let's just see that black car now as we go past. As you can see now it's just coming into mirror now. And that's the side I don't like about it. Now, I am going to move the mirrors forward a little bit, because I think that'll alleviate that. That's all it is. It may be that they're just sat too far towards me and bent out. Well, what a day to come out. Hope you're enjoying it, and took you out to a ride to work for a good while. And again, one-handed, it's just, the bike is just so smooth, operational, no problems at all. I've got to say, it's still, at this moment in time, it's still my favourite bike, without doubt. And I'm surprised the old M6, it's too bad today. It's clear that it's been all week. I was in car on the Monday and Tuesday because I had other things to do. And I do miss not riding my bike. Like I say, the difference in getting stuck in traffic on this is immense. I just fly through traffic. There's our miles per gallon, so we're getting roughly, the way I've been riding it, 73.9 miles per gallon is what we're getting on it. And that's why I bought this, for coming to work, but I'm finding it more and more, using it for much more things. To be fair, when I put all the tent and all the rest of it on the back, it's a bit light on the front, which you'd expect. A lot of weight on the back of it. That's including me. But yeah, love it. Absolutely love the bike. I'm hoping to chase Warren to have a go on the Transal. There's a lot of comments about the Transal being a lovely bike. It would, I tell you what would be like nice if but they'd lose the fuel economy if they put that engine in this. If they actually, because the NC, it's quick enough, you know, and it's like I say, it is more than quick enough, and it's more than ample enough to do what you need to do. But if you I think if you had something like that Hornet engine in it, just that extra little bit, say 70 brake rather than 54, it would change this bike again, and then upgrade the suspension. But then you're into, 12 grand. No, it's windy today. It's proper windy today. Around that. And she has got a lovely rumble about her. I mean, I haven't changed the exhaust. There's quite a few people that change the exhaust on them. But I like it. I think that throughout the 45-degree crank that's on it, it just makes a massive difference. It's just a lovely, lovely tune. And it looks nice on the bike. It's not ugly. Some of them that are absolutely big stocking exhaust, which when you're young you used to like, didn't you? Big long cabins. Well, I left home and it was dry. The bike was just wet, but it weren't raining. Up here now it's proper wet, but it doesn't make any difference. But as I say, for this bike, you could travel a continent on this bike without any issue at all, and you'd be very comfortable. I've put bar risers on it, which bring it back a little bit. I find that comfortable for me because that suits my arm length. When on stock, it's a little bit too far forward for me. I don't like sitting right forward. One, just because I've got a bad back. Now I've also put, I've got new earplugs in, which are great. Knocks off so much wind noise, and I can hear myself talk a little bit better. The thing is as well, about riding a bike, it's like now, you're hiding on this bike, you're nicely set up on it. So you've got good views as well. Not uncomfortable, and like with the right gear you won't be cold. The hand grips I bought for it, the hand guards, fantastic. They have definitely kept a lot of wind off my hands, and they've kept a lot of rain off my hands. My hands are both dry now, and it's weird because you can see bits of rain down the middle, but no, my hands are fine. I can't believe now we're in August, and this weather in August, look at it. Absolute dismal. Although the end of it, allegedly bright sunshine's coming again, isn't it? So we're getting some nice weather again. And I've still got 3 bikes I still haven't done any work on for a couple of weeks. I need to start back on them. I'm going to be probably tonight starting on rubbing down the tank from the FZ6. I've got all the paint for that now, so I'm going to get all that ready. That's really the last thing on that needs doing. I've got all the spare parts for it. So paint the tank, titivate it a little bit, and go and ride it. And I'm looking forward to getting on the FZ6. It's a nice little car, isn't it? McLaren. Now I prefer the NC or McLaren. Like a tangerine. And that's the thing about all of them now. I mean, they are lovely, but I think you feel every bump in that. You're like a Venus flytrap for me trying to get out of that. Now the one thing I would like on this bike, for definite, without doubt, is cruise control. And it's really been frustrating because I've been looking for an adapter for cruise control on it, and they used to for the older NC. I've still got it. It's the actual wind on. I forgot the name of it now. That goes on the end of the handlebars. They don't really work with the fly-by-wire ones, fly-by-wire throttles. But there used to be one in America that it was you'd literally turn it and you could lock it, and then it released on your handbrake, on your brake. So as soon as you touch your brake, it would release it. But again, they don't work on the fly-by-wire. They don't work on this model of NC. So if anyone knows of a form of cruise control, I wouldn't mind it. Because I wanted, this weekend, I was going to have a ride up to the lakes and have a flirt around the Lake District. I've been up there for a while, spend the day up there. But weather's allegedly miserable. We'll see. We'll see what we do. May even go, even if it's miserable. Because once you get into the lakes, it's absolutely immense. It's, to be honest, it's like where we went with Buxton and that. It's the roads out there are just fantastic. You know, to have them right on your doorstep. I mean, they're 40 minutes away from me. The lakes are about an hour and a half away. But to have that on your doorstep, that's where Richie V's really lucky. It's like straight out, and there's some glorious lanes out there. But that's what it's all about, isn't it? Just getting out on your bike and riding somewhere and finding something. I found in the northwest, as I've gone down roads through Bolton and places like that, I found roads that are right on my doorstep. You know, I've never been down, and I've lived there 30 years. And you think to yourself, you wasted your life. You could have gone out, but life's life. You just gotta, at the moment, enjoy what you're doing. Like I say, I've always been on a bike. I've always done quite a lot of commuting on bikes. Winter time, not so much. There was a period when I had a GPZ 500 and done 2 years solid, and that was before my transport. And I loved it, absolutely. In the snow, it weren't so much fun. It was a good bit of fun on that. But, you know, what don't kill you makes you stronger. Anyway, at that, Birchwood Biker, I had a waffle to work. That's what I call it, the waffle to work. Hope you enjoy it, and I hope you all ride safe. And anyone that was at that wild pad, hope to get tickets, and I'll see you next year at it. All the best, Birchwood Biker, out.